going through a bunch of articles today, and I think we've hit a really important point in this whole continuing drama. I think we've hit that point that we have been waiting for a long time now, when there is finally a sign that the palace has more or less given the go-ahead to the press and to any sort of negative Meghan and Harry storylines, because I am really starting to see that the palace seems to have said, release the Kraken. Let's go. Take her down. Because everywhere I turn, the stories that are coming out are even more bizarre. And I think that it really is a sign that things are going in the right direction. So I picked out a few articles that I kind of wanted to point out. Let's go ahead and get into it. This was the first one that I really gave a side eye to, and this was from Fox News. And on the surface, it seems we've probably read like 20 others like this. Meghan Markle delays podcast after pushing lifestyle series due to the LA fires. Report: the Duchess of Sussex's Netflix show With Love, Meghan was delayed due to the Los Angeles fires. So on its surface, it seems pretty standard, right? Like, haven't we heard this a bunch of times already? But wait, there's more. Isn't really what they're reporting on that got my attention. It's what they're saying about what they're reporting on. Meghan Markle has reportedly pushed back podcast episodes after delaying the release of her upcoming Netflix show. The premiere date for Markle's series With Love, Meghan was postponed due to the Southern California fires that destroyed parts of Los Angeles and left many dead. Podcast episodes have also been delayed for the same reason, according to Hello Magazine. Where we get the zinger. It's unclear which podcast is being delayed. Fox News Digital reached out to a representative for Markle for comment. Markle signed a new podcast deal with Lemonada Media last year, according to Deadline. The company is said to be launching a new podcast with the Duchess of Sussex, as well as distributing Archetypes, which was previously on Spotify. Markle launched Archetypes in 2022. A former Spotify employee described working with Markle and Prince Harry, telling Vanity Fair that the couple didn't do what celebrities do on podcasts, which is turn on the mic and talk. They wanted a big theme that would explain the world, but they had no ideas, the employee told the outlet. However, someone who worked closely with the couple claimed certain projects had to be abandoned for practical reasons. It feels like the only story is they don't satisfy their contract, she told Vanity Fair. It's not like work wasn't being done. I'm going to push that, even though we all know it's not true. 2 days before With Love, Meghan was set to premiere on Netflix, the Duchess of Sussex postponed the release, citing the ongoing fires. While keyboard warriors were quick to question Markle's motives, expert told Fox News Digital that the delay may prove to help improve Markle's public reputation. It would have been wrong to launch her new show while the wildfires continue to rage through LA. Okay, did anyone else postpone anything? Not that I'm aware of. I have to say, it's a first, her giving some thought to the release date of her series. She usually releases her work at the most inappropriate time, to the dismay and wrath of the general public. The public have understandably constantly berated her for being tone deaf. Understandably. That's a new one. She is hoping the public see her in a new light as a caring, helpful, and kind person, thus changing her current perception of her. Do you see how they made it clear that no one's current perception of her is that she's caring, helpful, and kind? That was like the little, reverse, backward, left-handed compliment of, this is what she wants them to see, but it's not happening. Markle's Netflix show was originally set for a January 15th premiere date, but it has since been delayed until March 4th. At the request of the Duchess of Sussex and with the full support of Netflix, the release of the show, a heartfelt tribute to the beauty of Southern California, has been moved from its previously announced January premiere date to March 4th, due to the ongoing devastation caused by the Los Angeles wildfires. The Duke and the Duchess spent time helping out victims of the Los Angeles fires and met with the Pasadena Mayor Victor Gordo on January 10th. Notice, they're not reiterating anything about her being a kind, caring, and considerate person. because we all know she isn't. And I don't believe that Fox thinks she is either. And this was kind of what hit me, right? The fact that they're saying, nobody knows exactly what podcast it is that she's talking about, that she's saying she's delaying because she didn't have one getting ready. That subtle twist, right? So it used to be that we would get these articles, and along with them, it would be, the same old blah, 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 whatever it is her PR people are putting out. But now they're putting in these little digs. And I believe that's because the palace has, for all intents and purposes, said, go at it. Have at it. Do what you do. And nobody is holding them back anymore. Here we have Meghan Markle is reportedly joining Prince Harry for a rare joint public appearance. That right there. So what? They haven't been seen together in 3 months, 4 months, and that makes it a rare joint public appearance? Like, there's obviously something behind what it is they're saying. There's meaning behind what they're saying now. Texts and all the innuendos. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are reportedly kicking off 2025 with a rare joint appearance. The Sussexes have been focusing on their individual career goals in recent months, as part of a twin-track approach, with Meghan working on her Netflix show release as well as her American Riviera Orchard brand launch, which, what are we? Almost a year, right? Since the launch, and there's not a single product. All she has done in her quote-unquote launch is that 20-minute or 20-second video thing that she put on an Instagram page. That's it. That's all we've had. Well, Harry turned his attention to his charity and Invictus Games initiatives. However, sources now say that Meghan is planning to join her husband for the star-studded Invictus Games opening ceremony on February 8th. And according to insiders, royal watchers may see many more joint appearances from the couple over the next year. You may, but then again, you may not. Harry was previously slated to attend the Invictus Games in Vancouver solo. Sources tell Express that the Suits alum will also make an appearance at the family-friendly celebration. Well, that's just fantastic. Now, what I really wonder is, will they bring their family? Will they bring the kids? Harry and Meghan, who will publicly reunite for one of their first dual work engagements since their highly publicized trip to Colombia last summer, will be in attendance, in addition to big names such as Katy Perry, Noah Kahan, and Nelly Furtado kick off the Invictus Games festivities. I assume that, are those three, I mean, you guys would know better than me, are they Canadian? That would be my guess. It's important for the Sussexes to appear together at such a worthwhile event, a source told Express. The Invictus Games is a Sussex initiative and something they want their children to continue once they get older. So, since it's a family-friendly event and it's something that they want their children to be involved in, one would think they're going to bring their children. It's unknown whether Meghan will appear at the other events during the 9-day competition for wounded, injured, and sick veterans and active military members. However, the closing ceremony on February 16th will reportedly be the only adult-only part of the Games in an otherwise family-focused event, fueling speculation that Prince Archie and Princess Lily might be making an appearance, especially with both parents in attendance. Well, here's the funny thing. This is all saying we think Meghan's going to go. So we don't even know that both parents are going to be in attendance. This is just a supposition. So to add to that, the supposition that Archie and Lily will also go, basically it's hey, let's try and tease you that this is going to happen so you continue to pay attention to us at least February 8th. I mean, come on. Can you do that for us? Yeah, please. A source previously told the Express that Prince Harry hopes to instill a love of the Sussex initiative. Why wouldn't they just say a love of the Invictus Games, or a love of the charity work, or a love of helping veterans? Why is it the Sussex initiative? Because Meghan wrote this. I mean, that's my guess. In their kids from an early age. And if she had said Invictus or charity or anything like that, it wouldn't connotate her. She wouldn't be relevant. So she's the one who wrote it and said the Sussex Initiative because that includes her, as she is the Duchess of Sussex. And it was his and Meghan's idea to make the event as family-friendly as possible. And yet, never once yet have they brought their children. Patronage will one day be passed to Archie. No, wait a minute. Is that a thing? Like, is that how that goes? I mean, Harry was doing this because Harry was a veteran. So presumably Archie will be a veteran. If he's raised as a member of the royal family, then most of the members of the royal family do military service. But really, I think that's kind of a reach, no? A patronage will one day be passed to Archie, so the foundation can be kept within the family. Harry is adamant that the Invictus Games will remain a Sussex initiative. The Sussexes have been very involved with the organizational elements of the Invictus Games, so it's very much their idea to make this family-friendly games so that those taking part can bring their children along. Now, after this kind of build-up, can they not bring their kids along? No, it would be ridiculous. Are they going to? Probably not. I mean, we know they aren't, right? I mean, does anybody actually think they're going to bring their kids to this? Come on. Before I get into the next article, I wanted to show you something that I found. A couple months ago, I don't even remember what it was, whatever that article is in the background, that I was looking at an article and up pops on people.com this image of, people royals, become a royal insider, right? And you see here, I felt this was probably one of the least attractive photos I have seen of William and Catherine ever, right? Like, this is just a bad angle for them both. They look ridiculous. And we all know that they're both beautiful people. So the fact that such a ridiculous photo was found and that people.com was putting it up there, like every time people went onto a royal page, that right there was sus, right? Well, isn't it interesting what now pops up? Go ahead and tell me, whatever it is. I don't know if it was that Meghan's check bounced or Sunshine Saxes or whoever the heck their PR people are now. Somebody isn't paying someone, and now this is the people.com royals photo that comes up when you're on the pages and you're looking through the royal articles. And this is obviously 1,000 times better. She's a beautiful woman. The fact that they even found a picture of William and Catherine as bad as that black and white photo that I just showed, that they were able to even find one of those stunned me right then and there. But the fact that this has now replaced that horrific photo, that just tells me everything, right? I mean, clearly Meghan is no longer the golden child at people.com. The way that people.com used to just do Meghan's bidding, again, it feels as though something has definitely changed. People.com has decided Meghan is no longer the horse to back, and they have went with Catherine. So, again, has the palace basically said, release the Kraken. Then you have here, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are so hot for each other, ex-coworker says. The insider shared what it's like to be a third wheel to the loved-up couple. Really? Honestly? What are they, 10? Yeah, so now they have to tell us how much they love each other. So they want to spend time together, they love each other, and we're just going to keep protesting too much so that nobody believes us. Prince Harry famously said he knew Meghan Markle was the one the first time they met. And it sounds like that instant connection is still going strong after 6 years of marriage and 2 kids. So even though they are no longer spending time together, as 2 articles back told us, even though they're not spending any time together, they are still even more in love than they were before. Sparked by an initial blind date in London, the couple's whirlwind courtship included a 2017 proposal before they tied the knot 1 year later during a highly photographed wedding ceremony at St. George's Chapel. Despite constant speculation about their marriage, Prince Harry and Meghan are as deeply in love as ever, according to everyone Vanity Fair spoke to in a new tell-all report published on January 17th. They are so hot for each other. What adult talks about that like that about an adult couple? Like, it's just ridiculous. It sounds immature. It sounds straight out of Meghan's mouth, to be honest. One former coworker said, as they summed up Meghan and Harry's steamy dynamic behind the scenes. They explained further about what it's like to third wheel their relationship, adding, like, you know how you meet those couples where you're like, the way they're looking at each other, I should probably not be here right now. Now, how many of us think that this is James Holt talking? How many people think he is, in fact, not only the former coworker, oh, I guess he's not former, good point, but not only does this sound like something he would say, but I kind of feel like he's a little bit of a creepy third wheel in their relationship anyway. The insider also revealed why Harry puts off a protective vibe when he's in public with Markle, a major contrast to the personable and at-ease individual he is in private or during solo appearances. He's so protective of her because people are so nasty to her. And there we have it. The purpose for this article is to remind everybody how hard it is for Meghan. Because really, nobody's asking her if she's okay. Nobody cares enough about her to ask if she's okay. They're going to tell us that she's not okay. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who are parents to Prince Archie and Princess Lily, are no stranger to rumors about their relationship. Last year, the couple's marriage came under scrutiny as their PDA-packed joint appearances were phased out in favor of solo ventures. Yeah, okay, that's not really what we're seeing, but okay, we'll stick with that. But notice also, every article is mentioning Prince Archie and Princess Lily. Like, they're not taking any chances that anyone forget that there are these two kids that are still in the line of succession. They don't want anybody to forget. It's clear that a twin-track approach is evolving, a friend of Markle. Like, as though that's a thing, right? It's evolving because that's what people do? No. Nobody puts as much thought into it. If it's organic, they don't talk about it this much, and they don't define it this way. A friend of Markle and Harry's told People at the time, adding, the Duke and Duchess have now hit their stride as individuals. Well, we just already heard that. We heard that same thing in a different article, because this is Meghan's PR, and this is Meghan's talking points. Harry has even publicly debunked rumors that there was trouble in paradise, joking, apparently, we've bought or moved houses 10, 12 times. Yeah, well, I don't think you've bought or moved houses that many times, but I know you don't live in Montecito, I can tell you that much. It's hard to keep up with, but that's why you just sort of ignore it. The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls. Aw, that's so kind of him. He's such a thoughtful guy, isn't he? Their hopes are just built, and it's like, yes, 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 and then it doesn't happen. So I feel sorry for them. Genuinely, I do. Well, you know what, Harry? I can sympathize with you, because I do know what that's like, but as for the rest, yeah, no, I'm not buying it. One last article, and it's very interesting to me because this is someone who, Lindsay Roth, I did a video about her. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out because this is just a freaking mess. Who this person is, how she connects to Meghan. I mean, it's all just, she's just getting free PR and willing to say that she's Meghan's friend so that she gets it. But, you know, let me just do a quick summary. This is one of the fake photos that Meghan and or Lindsay, I don't know which one, whatever, whoever, produced to claim that Meghan was a maid of honor at Lindsay's wedding. Now, that's not Meghan. That's not Meghan's body. I don't even think that's Meghan's hair. I think that might be Meghan's profile that they put into this, but this is absolutely a photoshopped photo, and that's not Meghan's body standing in front of Lindsay putting on her lip gloss. And the other way you can tell that is because this is one of two pictures, right, that they show that, you know, proves that they're friends, and it's the same person, whoever that actually is, whoever actually was Lindsay's maid of honor, is also this person. And it's pretty freaking funny because, like, nothing about that looks like Meghan. Like, literally, that's not her neck, that's not her arms, that's not, nothing about this woman who they put Meghan's face on is anything like Meghan. I don't even know what they were thinking here. But the fact that they used the same woman twice, that tells me that this probably was someone who was very close to Lindsay. So why are they faking it's Meghan? Because there's no way that's Meghan. Now, in that video, I covered this article, which was published on October 2nd. Author Lindsay Jill Roth reflects on love, friendship with Meghan Markle, and the 250 questions that led her to the one. And it's all about, essentially, it's about the book that Lindsay Jill Roth published, right? So, again, she's willing to pretend to be Meghan's friend so she can get free PR for her book. Well, the wild thing is that in this article in October, this is the photo that goes along with it, right? So that's Lindsay Jill Roth. That's her new book. And in it, she talks about how Meghan, she dedicated the book to Meghan, and she wasn't going to tell us what it said because that's a surprise for Meghan. I mean, it's completely hokey. But that was the article in October 2024. So now, and that was when the book was published. So does someone want to tell me why it is that in January they're going to now, reveal what that forward or what that acknowledgement was, the dedication? Like, really, this is so ridiculous. Meghan Markle's college friend reveals heartfelt book dedication, kept secret until now. Lindsay Jill Roth told people she saved the message for Meghan as a little token for her to see. This is published on January 28th. So what? Meghan didn't go find the book? Nobody bought the book to go find out what the heck it actually said that was the dedication to Meghan? I mean, did she really have to do this? I wonder if the dedication is like anonymous, and so Lindsay actually dedicated it to her actual friend, and she's just telling People Magazine that it's Meghan just so that she can get the PR. That's what I would guess. But what do I know? As you can see, this new article, same photo, same everything. I mean, honestly, the majority of the article is identical to the first one. It's just a copy-paste job. And the author of the first one was someone named Erin Hill, and this is Janine something. So it's not even like the same person is taking credit for reprinting an article. They actually are acting as though someone rewrote this. I mean, it's the same exact article. A paragraph from both of them. I often get asked, it is really special that you both married Brits. What I always say is, it's special that we both married such wonderful people, Roth said about the serendipity. I am lucky to have chosen a partner who is so supportive of the stories I want to tell, and of me. He's been along for the ride the whole time. Romance and Practicalities, a love story, maybe yours, and 250 questions is published by HarperCollins and available for sale now wherever books are sold. So, yeah, this is entirely about how Lindsay can sell more books. To Meghan, notably referenced her friend by her official surname, Sussex. Like, I can't even. Okay. Though the Duchess of Sussex is popularly known by her maiden name, it emerged last year that she and Harry adopted their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles as the last name for their children. People understand that Sussex is the family's surname. Using their titles as the children's last name follows long-standing tradition used by members of the royal family. And as for the rest of that, like I said, it just goes on to repeat. The same thing as from the previous article. Thus, in her dedication, Roth wrote, Meghan, Sussex, Meg, to be sisters by choice, still thinking the same thing at the same time after all these years, no matter how many miles between us, is my favorite part of our unbreakable bond, Roth wrote. There for each other always, sharing a deep loyalty and understanding. I could tell you anything, and it would be okay. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. Oh, God, I want to throw up. But, yeah, you can see, again, where the repetition of the original article. I mean, really, it was just the only difference in the second article is that paragraph right there saying what it was that the actual inscription was. Because in the original article, all it says is it is dedicated to her, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. That's it. So what? So people buy the book? And I guess that didn't work very well because she had to do it again. But to me it sounds like Lindsay Roth is starting to get the message that Meghan's star is not necessarily one she wants to keep pitching herself to. But that's just my guess. And like I said, it just seems to me that there is definitely a difference in the tone and the even the content of the articles, because even the ones that are repeating the same Markle narrative, like the same Megsy stories that she wants to get out there, but they each have with them like that little bit of like she's delayed her podcast. What podcast it is, we haven't a clue. It's that little bit of dig that they're adding in. And I truly believe that the palace has kind of said, hey, no holds barred, release the Kraken. Let's go. Let's get this done. I see things coming to an end. I cannot imagine that come 2026, these people are still going to be married. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I look forward to hearing what you think down in the comments. And be sure and let me know what you think about my intro. And I think I'm going to stick with this outro for a little while. I don't know why. It just kind of appeals to me these days. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great day filled with love, laughter, and of course, dancing. Dancing in the rain.